Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Guess what? It is your lucky day, and I'm not kidding. I'm going to share with you my fish breading recipe, and I haven't shared it with very many people. I've been making this for about 30 years, and I've literally fed thousands of people fish with this, and people rave about it. I've been told so many times that I should market and sell this and everything like that, but I just don't have any interest in that. Plus, it's got some commercial products right in it. I don't know what the legalities of even doing that would be. But I'm not kidding you. You are going to love this fish breading recipe. I honestly don't remember where the final recipe actually came from or when. It was just basically an experimental through the years. I kind of took a couple things out, added a couple things in and so forth, and this is what I've arrived at, and it is terrific. So let's just get started. I'll show you what I put in it, and then I'll talk a little bit about how to fry the fish in it as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of cornmeal. And I do not measure this when I normally make it, so I'm just kind of estimating for this video to help you make sure you get the right proportions. Okay, there's a cup of flour and a cup of cornmeal, and then we're going to add a couple cups, 2 to 3 cups of grated Parmesan cheese. 1, 2, actually that's just perfect. There's about 2 1/4 cups right there. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to mix that up together, and this grated Parmesan cheese is kind of the secret ingredient here, and sometimes it's kind of clumpy, so I just kind of smash the clumps down a little bit. But when it gets browned on the fish fillets, oh man, is it good. All right, now we're going to add some garlic powder, and I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to do about a little over a tablespoon. That looks about right. And then I'm going to add some paprika. And you can tell I'm very serious about getting the exact right amounts right there. That's about a tablespoon, or just a skosh over a tablespoon. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to add is Lawry seasoned salt, and I'm going to do at least 2 tablespoons. We'll see how it looks to me. That's 1. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons. Okay, that was about 3 tablespoons right there. This is such an exact science. Don't get this wrong. You will experiment a little bit as you make this. You will, kind of adjust these to what your tastes are. And what I'm making here is just about the right amount to fill up a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. Okay, and that'll do, enough fish for a fairly large family, or group of friends, and still have a little bit left over. I take a group of guys to Canada fishing every year, and we'll have 14 to 17 guys, and they can really eat, and it takes about 2 bags of this to fry enough fish for all those guys. When you're camped outdoors and on an island, people can, especially guys, when you're camped outdoors, man, they can eat a lot. So that kind of gives you an idea about how much this will do. Okay, so the fish breading is good to go here, and boy, it smells good. So let's move on to doing some walleyes. Okay, there's several different ways you can use this breading. One of the ways I typically use it is just to pat the breading onto the fish fillets. It's a really good way to do it. It works best if the fish fillets are wet, so they collect and attach the breading well. You can actually add milk to the breading and stir it up into a batter if you like a lot of thick breading on your fish. Another way to get thick breading on your fish would be to use a milk and egg dredge, where you dip a fillet in flour, then you dip it in a combination of milk and egg, and then you dredge it in through the batter and pat the batter on it. You get a lot thicker coating of this batter or breading on the fish if you do it that way. The way I'm doing it right now is probably my favorite way to do it, and I've just cut these walleye fillets up into chunks. This is just 4 fillets for my wife and I for dinner. They're, walleyes that were probably 15 to 16, 17 inches or whatever, and 4 of those is about right for my wife and I for dinner. So that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to rinse them off and get them wet, then I'll shake them in the bag with the breading, and then I'll just drop them in the hot oil. The oil should be at about 375. That's kind of your sweet spot. 350 to 400 is okay, but that 375 is really the sweet spot of where it works the best. When they're golden brown and floating, that's when they're done. I hope you try this, because I really believe it'll be some of the best fish you've ever had in your life, and it doesn't matter what species of fish. We use this for northern pike and perch and several. I've used this on lake trout, which it's actually really good on lake trout. So I really hope you'll try it. I'll leave the full recipe in the description below. Also, please hit the thumbs up button if you would, and hit the subscribe button. We'd sure like to have you as a subscriber. And if you would like to, if you try this and you like it, just leave a comment in the comment section below and let us know how you liked it. And also, if there's something that you would add to it or take away from it, leave that in the comment section below too. So thanks for being a part of this channel, and I am going to eat some fish.